running for no problems today with that.
This?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we already had problems, so I'm already on plan B, but it's working. So.
What happened?
I don't know. This new thing we're doing, the last 4 or 5, it worked over E.T. Tyler. I don't know if it's got something to do with the Wi-Fi we have here or what, but the new app, it just doesn't want to work. I set all the games up and Chuck decided to go to a different app this year. It really doesn't matter what vehicle we shoot the video out on, but it doesn't want to play nice with something out here. I don't know what it is. But, I used a different Wi-Fi over E.T. Tyler. I used a little wireless thing. It's working. People are already signing in. So. Yeah, the little hotspot thing. Yeah, it worked fine. I don't know if it's the... What I did last time is I downloaded... or I actually deleted the app on this iPad and then reinstalled it. I don't know if that's it or if it's just a glitch or something, but it's working. We'll just use the old thing we used last year. It's really doesn't matter what right now. That's me. Just want to make sure we're getting out, and we are. So it's good news. Yeah, we're live now. So. Good afternoon and welcome to Tyler, Texas. We're at Mike Carter Field on a Sunday afternoon, March 25th, Palm Sunday. Glad you're with us. Had a chance to talk to both head coaches on the pregame show down on the field. We'll get to those interviews in just a minute. The Murray State Aggies are here in Tyler to play a doubleheader, 7-inning game here in the first ball game, and then a 9-inning game for the nightcap. This is Dr. John Groth with you all day today. I did have a chance to talk to Sam Bjorling, the head coach of the Murray State Aggies. They're 13-9 on the season. They have not started conference play yet. I also had a chance to talk to Coach Wren for a minute down in their locker room a few minutes ago. Apaches wearing their all whites today, got the new white shoes going. And the Aggies with the all grays today, so a little old school baseball on a Sunday afternoon, whites versus the grays. Let's hear what Coach Sam Bjorling had to say down by the Aggie dugout just a few minutes ago. thank you to Sam Bjorling, the head coach for the Murray State Aggies. They're down at home plate right now. He and Coach Wren and the 3 umpires going over the ground rules. I did also catch up with Coach Wren down in the Apache locker room. Let's see what Coach Wren had to say just a few minutes ago. Coach Doug Wren down the Apache locker room a few minutes ago, and he's down at home plate going through the ground rules with the umpires and head coach Sam Bjorling from the Murray State Aggies. The Murray State Aggies come into today's ball game 13-9 on the year. We're still a few minutes from first pitch. The Apaches are 16-15, and they are holding on to number 6 in the nation in the Division III poll. The last poll that came out 5 days ago had Cumberland County out of New Jersey at the number 1 spot. Coastal Bend, the Cougars, 24-9, ranked number 2 in the nation right now. And the Apaches will get the Cougars in about a little less than a month. So they got a while before they'll start playing the 7 ball games, 3 of which will be here, I think, and then 4 down in Beeville. April 20th, 21st, and 22nd will be the first set of ball games against the Coastal Bend Cougars, but they're off to a great start down in Beeville.
First for the Murray State College
Brookhaven, also out of this region in Division III,
number 14,
Farmers Branch area and Dallas Fort Worth. They are
batting second at second base, number 3, Eric Owen.
Is 4.
Batting third, DH, number 20, Jonathan Brandon. Batting fourth, catching, number 30, Jacob Padilla. Batting fifth, at shortstop, number 2, Todd Smith. Batting sixth, at first base, number 22, Sam Smith. Batting seventh, at third base, number 5, Hayden Brown.
Murray State
Batting eighth, in right field, number 11, Gabe Simmons.
NJCAA.
Batting ninth, in left field, number 17, Ricky Lewis. And pitching for the Aggies, number 1, Peyton Graham.
Northern Oklahoma in Enid, Western Oklahoma State, Carl Albert State College, Murray State College, and Redlands Community College. Those are the 6 schools.
And now, for your Tyler Junior College
Murray
match,
State is 13-9.
leading off in center field, number 1, Braden Wise.
Just about a week and a half.
Batting second, catching, number 28, Cade Watson.
Versus Northern
Batting
Oklahoma.
third, at first base, number 19, Mike Morissette. Batting fourth, in right field, number 3, Alex Arnold. Batting fifth, DH, number 8, John Mike Bounds. Batting sixth
set on the
at third
pregame
base,
interview.
number
We're going to see their
7,
number
Taylor
1 pitcher today
Broadway.
is Peyton Graham.
Batting seventh at second base, number 2, Ty Meisner.
Ready to play
Batting eighth in left field, number 13, Pierce Hollister.
It's cloudy,
Batting
but it's
ninth
nice
at
and warm,
shortstop, number
72
4,
degrees right
Tyler
now here
Griffin.
at game time.
And pitching today
We
for
got a
the
south-southeast
Apaches, number
wind
26,
at
Mason
about 7
Whitmore.
miles an hour. So wind won't be a factor at all today. It is sticky, so the ball
We now ask that you please
Let's take a
rise
moment to
and
honor
remove your
America on
caps
this
for the
Palm
playing
Sunday
of our
with
national
our
anthem.
national anthem. The Aggie band doing a good job on the anthem. Congratulations to Coach Billy Kennedy and the Aggies for making it to the Sweet 16. He got eliminated earlier this week, but good friend of Billy's and awful proud of what he's doing with that Aggie basketball program. Good to hear the Aggie band on the national anthem. We're getting ready to play baseball here at Mike Carter Field. Glad you're with us on this Palm Sunday. For the Murray State Aggies, they are 13-9 under head coach Sam Bjorling. Here's their lineup. Leading off in center field, it's Garrig Octavio. He's the center fielder. Batting second is the second baseman, Eric Owen. Batting third, the DH, Jonathan Brandon. Batting in the cleanup spot, the catcher, Jacob Padilla. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Ty Smith. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Sam Smith. Batting seventh is the third baseman, Hayden Brown.
Starting on the
right
mound for
fielder,
the Apaches,
Simmons.
number 26, Mason Whitmore.
Batting ninth, the left fielder, Ricky Lewis. On the mound for the Aggies from Murray State College, Peyton Graham. For your Apaches, defensively out in left field, it's Pierce House. In center, Braden Wise. In right field, it's Alec Arnold. On the infield, Taylor Broadway at third. Tyler Griffin at short. Ty Meisner at second. Mike Morrison at first. Peyton Watson gets the start behind the plate today. And on the mound, the right-handed sophomore from Keller, Texas, 6'3" and 190, Mason Whitmarsh. Whitmarsh, the starting pitcher for today's game for the Tyler Junior College Apaches, ranked number 6 in the latest poll in JCA. Mason Whitmarsh is 0-2 on the year with a 5.06 ERA. He's appeared in 4 games. 3 of those have been starts. 16 innings pitched. He's got 14 strikeouts, just 5 walks. The sophomore from Keller, Mason Whitmarsh. Glad you're with us. Apaches wearing their all whites today. New white shoes going, and white paneled hats with black backing and yellow bill. The Aggies from Murray State wearing their all grays today. Got the royal blue Murray across the front, the royal blue socks, and the royal blue hats and helmets. 3-man umpiring crew today here at Mike Carter.
Leading off,
Sticky
number
Sunday.
14, Garrig Octavio.
78% humidity today at the ballpark. Don't think we're in jeopardy of getting any kind of rain, just kind of a not overly warm, 72 degrees, southeasterly breeze at 7. We're ready for first pitch. Just a few minutes late today. First pitch. And missed for ball 1 at 2:02. Just underway, a couple minutes late today. Glad you're with us. Doubleheader day at the ballpark. This is a rescheduled game. We were supposed to play these games last weekend. And that's a strike, so it's 1-1 on center fielder Garrig Octavio. With the weather that was way up in the air last weekend, the Aggies decided it might be better to reschedule this weekend, so that's what happened. So here we are on Sunday afternoon, playing a double dip. About 3.5 hours, 214 miles. Tishomingo, Oklahoma is where the Aggies come from. It's the county seat of Johnston County, Oklahoma. Fouls it straight back. There's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Population of Tishomingo is just over 3,000. A little bitty town just over the border inside Oklahoma. Here's the next 2-2 pitch. Ground ball foul down the first base line, and we'll do it again. Driven up that way many times. There's not a great way to get there from Tyler here. I just kind of have to zigzag your way up there. We used to play Paris all the time, and really Tishomingo isn't probably that far from Paris. I would think maybe about an hour and a half perhaps at the most. That pitch missed, and it's a full count on the first batter of the ball game. Gary Octavio. It's not a bad baseball name, huh? I've never seen that as a first name. Here's the 3-2. Well hit ball, center field. And Braden Wise got plenty of room out there for the first out. So F8 if you're scoring at the house.
Now batting,
Bring up
number
the second
3,
baseman, Eric
Owen.
These two teams played about 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago. 3-game series on March 2nd and 3rd. It was a Friday night walk-off win for the Aggies, 8-7. They scored 2 in the bottom of the ninth to take a win away from TJC. So that was game 1 of the 3-game set up in Tishomingo, and then they swept a doubleheader 14-11 and 10-6 on March 3rd. So there's a chopper that's going to go. That's going to be fair ball. Broadway on the run. Can't make the play. And it's going to be an error on Taylor Broadway. It's a high chopper, and boy, I thought it might go foul, and I think Taylor thought it was going to be called foul, but it was called fair, and all of a sudden he had to go throw it
number 20,
on the run, and it was
Brandon.
it was a low throw in the dirt, and Morissette couldn't quite pick it. So Owen is aboard as the first base runner in today's first ball game. This one will be a 7-inning game. And stepping in is the DH, Jonathan Brandon. First pitch is swung on, fouled off into the bleachers down the right side, and it's 0-1. Brandon, the DH, and the 3-hitter. Coach Bjorling asked him about that last name, and he said it's Swedish, as you might expect. Bjorling. Bjorling. Here's the 0-1. Looping fly ball in the left, and can't make the play in left field. Pierce Hollister had a beat on it, but couldn't quite get there, and I'm going to score the double. Not an easy play for Hollister. And he jogs into second base, does Jonathan Brandon with the first hit of the ball game. Owen goes all the way to third.
30, Jacob
So second and
Padilla.
third now, 1 out for Jacob Padilla, the catcher. Mason Whitmarsh, 0-2 on the year with a 5.06 ERA. A little bit of early trouble here to work through. Infield's going to stay back for the moment and concede the run here on a ground ball. Jacob Padilla is the hitter. First pitch. In there for strike 1. The Apaches come in having won their last ball game, 9-7 victory over UT Tyler JV on Wednesday over at Irwin Field, just across town. 4-1 in their last 5. They are 7-3 in their last 10. Here's the 0-1. Swing. The Aggies from Murray State coming in off a loss. They are 2-3 in their last 5 ball games. They are also 7-3 in their last 10 games. Aggies lost a 10-4 decision against Grayson on March 19th, so it's been a while for them. Pop up right side. Is it going to stay in play? Morissette drifting towards the fence. Can't quite reach it. Reached over the fence and kind of teeter-tottered his body on top there. Couldn't quite get the glove over. Bounced into the bleachers. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes on the catcher, Jacob Padilla. Ty Smith waits on deck for the Aggies. Still scoreless, top of inning number 1, just getting started here. Mason Whitmarsh got Garrig Octavia to fly out to center. An error by Broadway at third, and then a double by Brandon has it second and third with 1 out. Here's the pitch. It's high. 2 strikes. Coach Bjorling, 10 days before they start conference play, so he's still tweaking his lineup a bit. And he says the Aggies are getting a little healthier. Some early season injuries, but little by little they're getting to work some of those guys back into the lineup. 1-2 is fouled down the left side. The pitching coach for the Aggies was my pitching coach the year we won a national championship here in 2007. Robert Ellis, former Major League pitcher for the Rangers. He was on the 0-1 Diamondbacks that won the World Series against the New York Yankees, Game 7. He's got himself a Major League World Series ring. Here's the 1-2. It's in the dirt. We're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Talked to Robert before the game. Robert's son, Duke, is the starting center fielder down at UT for the Longhorns. He actually played at Panola last year against the Apaches and was a Central Heights out of Nacogdoches graduate 2 years ago. Duke is a sophomore down at UT. So he's very familiar, Robert is, with Mike Carter Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Look out, it hit him. So Padilla's on, and it loads the bases for Ty Smith.
Now batting, number 2, Ty Smith.
Well, the hit batter doesn't hurt you here. Now you got to work off of it, right? Double play ends the inning, so you're 1 pitch away from getting into the dugout. As Mason Whitmarsh working from that stretch here in the early going. Here's the 5th hitter of the inning, shortstop Ty Smith. As his sign comes set, here's the pitch. Big swing, and fouls it off to the right side. Boy, Ty Smith did not get cheated on that one. Got that neon yellow bat. Same bat as the on-deck hitter, Sam Smith.
Brand new Rollins.
Rollins. Here's the 0-1. Outside corner, and Whitmarsh ahead 0-2 on Ty Smith. Eric Owen is at third base. Jonathan Brandon at second. Jacob Padilla at first. On the top of inning number 1, we're in a scoreless tie. See Whitmarsh trying to work through some early trouble here. 0-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. Missed off the plate. Spotted that one up as Caden Watson was set up well off the outside part of the plate. Whitmarsh hit his target perfectly. And now he'll go to work with a 1-2 count. And here's the pitch. Good block by Watson. That was low. And it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got a lot of folks still trickling into the ballpark here. Glad you're with us. We will broadcast both of these games. Love to hear from you. I've got a couple people have checked in. I'll get a chance to check up on that between innings here. Ground ball foul. First base line. We'll go ahead and do that right now. All right. And we may have had an issue with the audio. Hopefully we got that fixed. Somebody's watching from Lake Charles there, Liz Roca. All right, so appreciate Miss Roca checking in. Hope we got that audio issue solved here. The 2-2 pitch outside. And it's another full count. You got nowhere to go with Ty Smith, the batter. Mason Whitmarsh going to have to come in with something good here, or he's going to force a run in. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Miss Roca watching for Pearland, rooting for those Aggies. Appreciate that. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Line drive into left field. That is a base hit. 1 run comes home. Second run's going to be held at third. So there's your first run of the game. An RBI single for Ty Smith gives the Aggies a 1-0 lead.
Now batting, number 22, Sam Smith.
Well, Cade's going to go out and have a chat with Whitmarsh. Well, that first inning always is the toughest for the starting pitchers to kind of find their rhythm and just get settled in. And Cade Watson going out to try to settle Mason down just a bit, give him a break. Bases still loaded, only 1 out. Here's the 6th batter of the inning, Sam Smith, the first baseman. And let me know if those audio issues are fixed. I think we had a little issue with the plug, and sometimes that cord comes out. So hopefully we're good now. Fly ball, left field. This is going to be trouble if it stays fair. And Hollister runs over, makes the catch in foul territory, but the runner will tag. Nice play by Hollister to run that ball down. It's a sac fly for Sam Smith. He'll get an RBI. Brandon comes home with the second run. It's 2-0 Aggies.
Now batting, number 5, Aiden Brown.
Well, that was pretty close to being fair, and Pierce Hollister ran over there, made that probably about 3 feet foul. But I can tell you from experience, when you're running that fast, you can't really tell, and you just go ahead and make the play. If that ball fouls fair, it's not just 1 run, it's probably 2 and maybe 3. First pitch, swing and a miss off speed from Hayden Brown, the third baseman. He steps in with 2 outs and 2 aboard. 2-0 Aggies here in the top of the first. RBI single for Ty Smith and a sac fly by Sam Smith. Mason Whitmarsh trying to minimize here with 2 outs. Snap throw to first, and Morissette has to leave his feet to knock that ball down, keep it from going into right field. Nice athletic play there by Mike Morissette. The runner, Ty Smith, was sliding back, avoiding getting picked off by Cade Watson, and the throw took Morissette well off the bag. He had to dive just to knock it down. So appreciate those of you who've checked in, Miss Kelly and Miss Roca, and anyone else that's out there. There's a line drive right center. This is trouble. It's going to go all the way to the fence. 2 runs are going to score, and it's 4-0 Aggies on the 2-out double by Hayden Brown. Well, he went down and got a pitch, and he drove it into the gap. It rolled all the way to the Southside Bank sign in right center field.
Now batting, number 11.
2 RBIs for Hayden Brown, and the Aggies have jumped out here 4-0. These games between these 2 clubs were similar. There were some big innings in those games in Tishomingo a couple of weeks ago. So hopefully the Aggies can the Apaches rather can match this. 4-0 in the first. Here's Gabe Simmons, the right fielder, or Simons, I guess. That's well hit, left center field, deep, and that's going to one-hop the fence. Another run's going to come in. It's 5-0 Aggies. First pitch he saw, Simons took a rip at it, and he drove it into the left center gap.
Now batting, number 17, Ricky Lewis.
So Brown comes home to score the 5th run of the inning. Here's the 9th batter of the first inning, Ricky Lewis, the left fielder. Aggies have come out swinging the bats here in inning number 1. Still nobody up in the Apache bullpen. First pitch to Lewis. That's well hit to center field. And Wise will take it on 1 hop. He's got no play. 6-0 Murray State. Boy, they are just not messing around. A single on the first pitch that he saw. RBI right up the middle. And that's going to bring a visit from Coach White. Taylor White making that slow walk, and now the Apaches will get somebody going down there. So Travis French is going to get up and start tossing here in the Apache bullpen. Coach White going to go out and give Mason Whitmarsh a little bit of a breather here as he's faced 9 Aggies here in the first inning. And unfortunately for TJC, he's given up 6 runs. I can tell you right now, Coach White's not leaving that mound till the umpire walks out. Sometimes you need a little bit of a break here, and that first inning always the hardest for starting pitchers. And hopefully the Apache offense can match this 6-run outburst by the Aggies here in inning number 1. But here is Garrick Octavio for the second time in the inning.
Number 14, Garrick Octavio.
So he flew out to center field as the first batter of the ball game, but he'll get another crack at things here. Still in the first inning. Whitmarsh going from the stretch. First pitch. Garrick showing bunt, pulling back. And did he call that a strike? He did. So it's 0-1 on Garrick Octavio. Whitmarsh with the 0-1. Chopper to the first baseman. Morissette jumps up, steps on the bag, and the second out, or the final out rather, is made. So 3-U if you're scoring at the house. So Garrick Octavio gets to make 2 of the 3 outs in the inning. And we'll head to the bottom of inning number 1. And your score for Mike Carter Field is Murray State 6. And the Apaches coming to the plate. All right, well, hopefully we've gotten some of those audio issues behind us. I did get the note. Thanks for letting me know the audio sounded a little off. And what happens sometimes is we have a cord that comes out of our video. So we should be good to go. If someone can give me some feedback on that, that'd be awesome. Would love to hear from wherever you're watching from, who you're rooting for. We'll give you a shout-out on the air. We've heard from a couple of you already. Let's go through the starting lineups for the Apaches. First time they're going to come to the plate here today. Leading off at center, it's Braden Wise. Batting second, the catcher, Cade Watson. Batting third, first baseman, Mike Morissette. Batting spot, right fielder, Alec Arnold. Batting fifth is the designated hitter, John Mike Bounds. Batting sixth, third baseman, Taylor Broadway. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Ty Meisner. Batting eighth is the left fielder, Pierce Hollister. And the Apaches is Tyler Griffin, the shortstop. Defensively for the Aggies from Murray State College, out in left field, Ricky Lewis. In center, Garrick Octavio. In right field, Gabe Simons. Around the infield, Hayden Brown at third, Ty Smith at short, Eric Owen at second, Sam Smith at first, Jacob Padilla behind the plate. On the mound, right-handed sophomore from Wiley, Texas, Peyton Graham. Peyton Graham is 1-0 on the year with a 2.54 ERA. This is his 7th appearance of the season, his 6th start, 28 in the third innings pitched, 41 strikeouts, just 3 walks. For the sophomore from Wiley, Peyton Graham. First pitch is in there to Braden Wise, strike 1. So the Apaches will chase 6 runs early here against Peyton Graham. 1-0 on the year. He's got good numbers. In 28 and a third, he's got 41 punch-outs, just 3 walks. So he's a strike thrower. Here's the 1-1. Little tapper to the first base side, gonna go foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes on leadoff hitter Braden Wise. right, we've heard from Brittany Magnuson, watching from Lubbock, rooting for Mason Whitmarsh and Keith Long. Appreciate you checking in. Just a minute ago. Love to hear from all of you, or as many of you that have opportunity. Just go to that live chat. You got to minimize the picture for a moment if you want to get into that live chat. If you do, we'll give you a shout out. Love to hear from you. 2-2 pitch. A little chopper, shortstop, tough play. Ty Smith, not going to get him. Infield single for Braden Wise. Not a whole lot that Ty Smith could do on that.
Batting, number 28, Cade Watson.
And stepping in as the catcher, Cade Watson. So the Apaches, that's what they need to get back into this ball game. They need some base runners. And so Wise is aboard with no one out. And now it's Cade Watson's turn. Peyton Graham was going from the stretch even with no one on here today, so now he'll step off. First pitch, fly ball, right field, but Simons has got room, makes the catch, 1 out. So there's 1 out as Cade Watson flies out to Gabe Simons, and now it's Mike Morissette. First time today for Morissette. Peyton Graham threw in that Friday game up in Tishomingo. He went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, gave up 2 runs, struck out 10 Apaches in 5 innings on that Friday ball game. That was a walk-off win, 8-7 in favor of Murray State. He did not get credit for the win. Wesley Case got credit for that win. So, but that was a back-and-forth ball game. The Apaches scored 1 run to take the lead in the top of the 9th, and then it was Murray State coming back with 2 more in the bottom to take an 8-7 win. Apaches committed 5 errors in that game. Ouch. 1-0 count to Morissette. Here's the pitch. That's low. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, that was back on March 2nd, so over 3 weeks ago. Yeah, that was challenging stretch of the schedule for the Apaches. 2-0 pitch, chopped foul down the right side. Count will go to 2-1 on Morissette. The Apaches have won 7 of their last 10 ball games, 4 of their last 5. As little by little, they start piecing things together in the lineup, in the pitching rotation. Still have 3 full weeks before those Coastal Bend Cougars come to town. That'll be... There goes the runner, throw down to second, not in time. Wise steals second base. That'll be the those Coastal Bend games will be the first conference games, if you will. There's only 2 teams, Division III teams in Region 14. It's Tyler and Coastal Bend, and so in lieu of playing more conference games, they play a 7-game season series, alternating 4 and 3 on the home and home each year. And so that's how they decide who's the number 1 seed out of Region 14 in the district tournament. Swing and a miss, and Morissette is the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the ball game for Peyton Graham. That's going to bring up Alec Arnold, the right fielder.
Alec Arnold.
Alec Arnold, the cleanup hitter for the Apaches, trying to chip away here. Well, you'll take anything you can get. It's 6-0 Aggies. They erupted for 6 runs on 5 hits in that first inning. The Apaches did commit 1 error, and there was a hit batter in that mix. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Arnold swings through a breaking ball. It's 0-1. Coastal Bend right now listed at 24-10 on the season.
Apaches 16 and 15. And again, the Apaches with 3 weeks till those coastal games. Those are here in Tyler. And then 2 weeks later, the Apaches will travel to Beeville. First week in May. That ball's fouled off. And quickly 0-2 on Alec Arnold. John Mike Bounds waits on deck for the Apaches, and they're all whites today. Kind of like it, all whites and all grays. Old school baseball here at Mike Carter. 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. Says the first base umpire. Count will go 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, I've just got a question. Well, we don't know. I don't know. We probably can see if we can send someone down there. There's probably somebody gunning these guys, but we've got a question online about how hard these guys are throwing. There's a line drive left field. This could be a run. As the runner will be sent home. Here comes the throw, not in time, and it's 6-1. A 2-out single by Alec Arnold. So Wise scores the first run for the Apaches. Here's Big John. John Mike Bounds for the first time today. So John Mike, first time today. And we'll see if Coach Wren decides to send Alec Arnold with 2 outs, get him in scoring position. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Alec Arnold has 7 stolen bases. He has not been caught yet. Braden Wise just stole his 3rd base of the year. So I'll be a little surprised if you don't maybe give Alec a chance to get to second. Not going here. And quickly 0-2 now. But the first baseman is actually playing right in front of first base. And he doesn't have his foot on the bag, so I don't know if I've ever quite seen. So the throw comes to his glove side, and I guess he just flashes it back towards the bag because his feet are literally in line with the front of the bag. But he's also probably maybe a foot off the bag, almost as if he's taking a lead. Very interesting way of holding the guy at first. There goes Alec, and fouled straight back. We'll do it again at 0-2. That looked to be a pitch out, and John Mike Bounds actually fouled it off, so didn't want to take any chances on that ball being called a strike. Now we'll see if we can get some kind of report on the velocity of the pitchers when we can. Oh, 2 pitch, runner going. There's a pitch out, throw to second, not in time. Alec Arnold steals his 8th base of the season. The Apaches have stolen 2 bases in the inning. And now, you chip away here if you can. You hope John Mike can just find a way to maybe knock something through the infield. With 2 outs. Peyton Graham is the pitcher. The pitch. There's a chopper to the first baseman, and easy play over there for Sam Smith, and the side is retired. But the Apaches do get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave a guy on. We'll go to the second inning. Your new score from Mike Carter Field. It's the Aggies from Murray State 6. And the Tyler Junior College Apaches 1. And welcome back to Mike Carter. Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play with you today. We go to the second inning, 2, 3, and 4 for the Aggies from Murray State. They come in 13-9 on the year. As first pitch from Whitmarsh, a chopper to third. Broadway gobbles it, throws it, got him. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Whitmarsh here, inning number 2.
Now batting, number 20, Jonathan Brandon.
So we've heard that Mason Whitmarsh topping out at 84 miles an hour in inning number 1, and Peyton Graham 86 miles an hour on that fastball. So someone asked about the velocities. We just had someone give us that information, so appreciate that. First pitch is going to miss for ball 1. To the DH, Jonathan Brandon. He doubled to left his first time up. That pitch is fouled off. Kind of people continuing to trickle into the ballpark here. Have a pleasant Sunday afternoon, March 25th, Palm Sunday. Chopper foul. And it'll be 1 and 2 on the DH, Jonathan Brandon. That pitch misses and we're even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6-1 is our score. Where's Mitt? Mason Whitmarsh had thrown 34 pitches in his first inning of work. So probably going to see some relief fairly early here in this first game. Full count on Jonathan Brandon. And he walked him. So that'll be the first walk of the day for Whitmarsh. And that'll put Brandon aboard with 1 out. Actually, that's not accurate. It's 32 pitches in the first inning for Whitmarsh. That's still a lot. I don't care how you slice it. Here's Jacob Padilla, the catcher. He got hit by a pitch his first time up. First pitch to Padilla in there, strike 1. The Aggies from Murray State, 6 runs on 5 hits. The Apaches 1 run on 2 hits. Pickoff attempt, and Whitmarsh trying to keep Brandon close to first base. Padilla at the plate, 397 average. There goes the runner, no throw, stolen base. Brandon, it's his 4th steal of the year. So now you got a runner at second for Padilla to try to drive in. Padilla, 397 average, 7 doubles, a triple. He's got 3 homers, 11 extra base hits, 23 RBI, lead the team. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Apaches come in on the season 16-15. Playing better baseball as of late, have won 7 of their last 10. Coming off a win Wednesday against UT Tyler JV. Apaches have 6 games in the next 8 days. So play doubleheader today, single game tomorrow against the Centenary JV, doubleheader on Friday against the TCS postgrads, and then Monday they travel to Angelina after Easter. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. And Padilla didn't think it was a strike. That'll be the first strikeout of the day.
Ty Smith.
for Mason Whitmarsh. And for Mason, that's his 15th strikeout of the season. Here's Ty Smith, the shortstop. RBI single to left his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Ty Smith on the year, 347 average, 3 doubles, a triple, a homer, 8 RBI. First pitch. And Whitmarsh now finding the zone here with some more regularity. And just keeping that fastball low and away to these hitters. They liked what they saw early in the count. They swung at a lot of early count pitches in that first inning. 5 runs and scoring 6 runs on 5 hits. Here's the 0-1. It's in there, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jonathan Brandon walked and stole second. He's out there at second base with 2 outs. Mason Whitmarsh has settled in nicely here in the second. The 0-2. Popped it up. This should end the inning. Alec Arnold calling for it. Makes the grab for the final out. F9 if you're scoring at the house. The Aggies strand a runner at second. And we'll head to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's still 6-1 here at Mike Carter Field. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. Six, 7, and 8 for the Apaches here in inning number 2. Taylor Broadway leads it off. Peyton Graham threw 20 pitches in his first inning of work. First pitch to Broadway in there, strike 1. Broadway, Meisner, and Hollister to hit for the Apaches here in the second inning. They trail at 6-1. Swung on and fouled straight back. No balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch just misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Broadway. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he just fights that one off down the left side. We'll do it again. Let's see if we have... I guess we haven't... I don't know. Let's just see here. I haven't uploaded that UT Tyler game yet. National site. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Little looper into center, and making the grab is Gehrig Octavio for the first out. So Broadway is out. Here's Ty Meisner. First time today.
Now batting number 2, Ty Meisner.
I know Broadway got at least 3 hits in that game, including a home run. So little by little, Broadway had an outstanding freshman year, starting to figure it out for the Apaches. Here's Meisner now for the first time. Peyton Graham, the sophomore from Wiley. Pitch misses low, ball 1. Came in with a 1-0 record with a 2.54 ERA. This is his 6th start of the year. He's had 1 appearance out of the bullpen. He had pretty good numbers. 41 strikeouts in just 28 1/3 coming into today's ball game. He has struck out just 1 Apache so far. Struck out Mike Morissette back in the first inning. Likes to go from the stretch even with nobody on. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Apaches had two base hits in that first inning. The 1-2. And Padilla does a good job of blocking it. And it's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody aboard. 6-1. Murray State leads in this one. Came out swinging the sticks in their first inning of work. 5 hits and 6 runs. The 2-2 got him to chase that high fastball. Meisner is the 2nd strikeout of the day for Peyton Graham. And stepping in is the 8-hitter, the left fielder, Pierce Hollister. Graham comes set. First pitch, we pulled a string on that one. Hollister way out in front, strike 1. Well, got a nice crowd for a Sunday afternoon. That's in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. And we talked on the just before the ball game, the numbers for Peyton Graham. He's a strike thrower. And that was an interesting. Changed up his rhythm there and might have thrown off Pierce Hollister, and he gets back-to-back strikeouts to end the 2nd inning. That'll end it for the Apaches here in inning number 2. 3 out, 3 down, nothing across. We'll head to the 3rd. It's 6-1 Aggies. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. Sam Smith, Hayden Brown, and Gabe Simons come to the plate here in inning number 3. First pitch swing, and we've seen a lot of that for these Aggies, and that's foul down the first base line. 6-1 is our score as we head to the 3rd inning. 6, 7, and 8 for the Aggies from Murray State, Tishomingo, Oklahoma. 214 miles north of here. So some of the numbers that I'm going to quote you here are not including that Wednesday game. I'm looking at the Apaches national site stats, and right now have not included that win on Wednesday night. Line drive, right field, base hit. Sam Smith went down and got that pitch, drilled it into right for a leadoff single. That will bring up Hayden Brown, the third baseman. Brown, the big hit in the inning, a 2 RBI double to center field. Hit that ball just to the right of the light pole. We got 2 light poles that actually are unique. They sit inside the fence here at Mike Carter Field, and just to the right of the one in right center. First pitch he swung and missed, strike 1. Hayden Brown, a 182 hitter in limited action so far this year. 2 for 11, 4 runs scored. Does have a home run and 3 RBI. Smith, the first baseman, at first now after the single to right. So Hayden Brown came in with 3 RBIs, and he's got 5 now on the year. Again, limited action, just his 6th game of the season. Aggies have played 23 ball games now. This is their 23rd game of the year. Apaches have played 31 games. This is game number 32 for the Apaches. Murray State just 3-8 away from home, 8-1 at their home ballpark. Line drive into left field. Broadway tried to glove it, couldn't get it, and the runner's going to be sent home. Here's going to be the throw, and not in time. Close play at the plate, and wow, hustling play right there by Sam Smith. He comes all the way around to score the run, and I'm going to score that a double. Down the left field line, Taylor Broadway dove and couldn't get there in time. And Hayden Brown, the batter, ends up going to third on the throw to the plate. The Apaches set up the relay, and Tyler Griffin's throw to the plate was just a hair too late. Watson put the tag down, but Sam Smith with some pretty good speed came all the way around. And now Gabe Simons is going to show bunt, pull back. 7-1's the score. And the Aggies have that same number system with the wristbands. So Gabe Simons shows or looks at his wristband and steps in the box. 1-0 the count. Takes a big hack at this pitch and fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, the starting pitcher, Peyton Graham, has got the long locks, and so does this guy, Gabe Simons, with that long flowing hair. Here's the 1-1. Pop up, shallow center field, and now it's Meisner going back to second baseman, and he'll make the catch. I don't know if he lost his. He's got glasses on his hat, maybe that fell off. I thought he might have lost his shoe.
Now batting, number 17.
I think his sunglasses fell off his hat there. That's what it was. So there's 1 out. Runner at third is Brown, and here's the 9-hitter, Ricky Lewis. Lewis with an RBI single to center his first time up. So he's 1 for 1. On the year, Lewis a 246 average. And the ball gets away. And I think they called a balk. I think that Mason Whitmarsh did not stop. And I'm guessing a home plate umpire called it. And that'll be a run for the Aggies. It's 7-1. Or 8-1, excuse me. Swing and a miss. And I think that's just the first pitch of the at-bat now. Oh, 1's the count with 1 out. Nobody aboard now. 2 runs are in. Sam Smith led the inning off with a single. He was brought all the way to the plate on a double by Hayden Brown. Brown scored on the balk. A pop up to second. Now it's Ricky Lewis with an 0-2 count. Well off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, after its 6-run first inning, Whitmarsh put a 0 up in the second, but the Aggies have come back with 2 more here in the third. It's 8-1. And that pitch misses off the plate. Counts even at 2-2. We had Travis French up earlier. I'm not sure if that's him back up. We do have a right-hander in the bullpen. And, tell you what, Lewis thought that was strike 3. His body language was ready to walk back to the dugout. Called a ball, and it's 3-2. The pitch. There's a chopper to Morissette at first. He'll have to flip it to Whitmarsh, and just got him. Bang, bang play. And Ricky Lewis is out. 2 outs now, and the 3-1 if you're scoring at the house. Back to the top of the Aggie lineup. Here's Garrick Octavio. Flew out to center and grounded out to first. He made 2 of the 3 outs in inning number 1. Boy, that kind of sucks. 0 for 2 in the first inning. Now here's a trivia question. Has anyone ever made all 3 outs in 1 inning? How's that? It has to have happened somewhere in baseball, right? I've never heard of it, but I would think in a big inning by some team, 1 hitter has made all 3 outs. He's going to drag bunt. Whitmarsh's going to have to hurry, and just gets him on the bunt attempt by Garrick Octavio. That's going to go 1-3 on the drag bunt. That'll end the inning, but the Aggies put up 2 more runs here in the 3rd inning on 2 hits. Don't leave anybody on. Your new score for Mike Carter Field, it's Murray State 8 and the Apaches 1. Nine, 1-2 for the Apaches as we head to the bottom of inning number 3. 8-1 is our score. Murray State leads it. First pitch misses low. That's pitch number 32 for Peyton Graham, the sophomore from Wiley, Texas. Murray State with 8 runs on 7 hits. That ball's well hit, high to left field, going back and out of here. Tyler Griffin hits the ball into the trees over the 361 sign. It's a home run, and it's 8-2. Well, he went down and got it, kind of golfed it out of here. For Tyler Griffin, it's home run number 1. His 3rd RBI of the year. And it's 8-2. Back to the top we go. Braden Wise for the 2nd time. Wise grounded to short, but beat it out. Infield single for Braden Wise, he came into the ballgame with a .318 average. First pitch misses, ball 1. Braden with just 1 double and 7 RBI on the season. The 1-0. Apache leadoff hitter. Another chopper to second. And that'll be an easy catch and throw for Eric Owen. And there's 1 out. That'll bring up the catcher, Cade Watson, flew out to right field his first time up. Cade Watson, .333 average on the season. Watson with 3 doubles and 7 RBI on the year. First pitch in there, strike 1. That's in there. No balls, 2 strikes to Cade Watson. Peyton Graham, 32 pitches coming into the inning. That pitch is going to be fouled back. And I did Google that question, and at the moment, there have been 14 players who have batted 3 times in a single inning. Only 5 of them were in the same inning. Wait a minute, how does that work? So there have been 14 major league hitters that have hit 3 times in 1 inning. There's a chopper to shortstop, and easy catch and throw over there for Ty Smith. 2 up and 2 down for the Apaches in inning number 3. George Kell is the only person in Major League history to make 2 outs in a single inning while batting, according to this stream here, this conversation. Ted Williams is the only Major League in history. This is an interesting factoid. Ted Williams batted 3 times in 1 inning and didn't get a hit. He walked twice and grounded into a fielder's choice, so maybe not as happened. It would take a major rally for a hitter to get up 3 times in an inning, but certainly could have happened and has happened. But according to this is 3 years ago on a website called Quora.com. No one in Major League history has ever made all 3 outs in an inning. I got to believe it's happened at lower levels, but not in Major League history, so there's the answer to that trivia, at least for the moment. No balls and 2 strikes to Mike Morissette. He struck out swinging his first time up. Pitches off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Morissette, .311 average coming into this one. Apaches trail 8-2 in the bottom of inning number 3. A solo shot by Tyler Griffin to open this inning up. By the Apaches, there's a chopper foul, first base side. That will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody aboard. The 3 spot in the Apache lineup, Mike Morissette. To go along with that .311 average, Morissette 8 doubles on the year. That's tops on the squad in that category. Got a couple of home runs and 28 RBI. That's the leading RBI hitter on the Apaches. The 1-2 pitch. Just missed on the inside corner, and Peyton Graham thought he had strike 3. He had taken a couple of steps toward the dugout, and he'll have to go back on top of the The mound. Yeah, an off-speed pitch, way short of home plate, and it's a full count on Mike Morissette. Alec Arnold waits on deck for the Apaches. The 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and for the second time today, Morissette down on strikes. The fourth strikeout of the day for sophomore Peyton Graham ends the Apache third inning. But they do get one run on one hit, a solo homer by Ty Griffin. And we'll head to the fourth. Your new score from Mike Carter. Murray State 8 and the Apaches 2. All right, the new pitcher for the Apaches is sophomore right-hander from Center, Texas, 6 foot and 170, Marco Gutierrez. For Marco Gutierrez, this is his 8th appearance of the year. They all have been out of the bullpen. He is 0-1 with a 5.14 ERA, 7 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 7 walks for the sophomore from Center, Texas. First pitch is in there. Strike 1 to Eric Owen, the second baseman. Owen 0 for 2 in this ball game. Reached on an error and grounded out to third, so he's hit 2 balls down Taylor Broadway's way. And that pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Murray State Aggies looking for their 14th win of the season. Still got about 2 weeks before conference starts. There's a ground ball to second. Meisner, big hop, throws to first. Got him. 1 up and 1 down. Here's Jonathan Brandon.
Number 20, Jonathan Brandon.
Brandon doubled in the first inning and scored. And he walked and stole second in the second inning. So 1 for 1 today is Jonathan Brandon, the DH. For head coach Sam Bjorling and the Murray State Aggies, Marco Gutierrez takes over on the mound for Mason Whitmarsh. So Whitmarsh finishes with 61 pitches, gives up 8 runs on 7 hits in his 3 innings of work. Pitch is in there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody aboard. We're in the top of inning number 4. The pitch is going to miss outside. 2 balls and a strike. chopper foul, third base side. We're even at 2-2. Well, according to the schedule on the national website, the Aggies' next ball game will be conference games on April 5th, so they're going to have a little bit of a gap here in their schedule. So this is their last tune-up officially until conference play begins. Got a 4-game series, April 5th and April. Well, I don't know if. No, it's not. They'll play a doubleheader at Northern Oklahoma, Tonkawa on the 5th, and then a doubleheader in Tishomingo on the 7th. So play a home and home doubleheader series in their conference. Ground ball right back to Marco. He gloves it, and he'll flip it over for the second out. Nice play there by the sophomore from center,
Now
Gutierrez.
Number 30, Jacob Padilla.
Here's Jacob Padilla now. Third time today. Got hit by a pitch back in the first inning and ended up scoring. And struck out looking in the second inning. 0 for 1. Sun is trying to burn its way through these heavy clouds. Hasn't quite made it all the way through yet. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs and nobody aboard. And Gutierrez falls behind 2-0. So it would be a Thursday-Saturday conference opening weekend for the Aggies against Northern Oklahoma Tonkawa, which right now is leading their conference. Pitches in there for a strike. It's 2-2. They're sitting with a 25-2 record is Northern Oklahoma Tonkawa. And so they'll start out with a challenging 4-game set. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And Cade Watson started running towards the dugout. Probably not going to endear himself to that home plate umpire. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Aggies have gone in order here in the 4th. Ground ball to short. This is Griffin. And it's a 3-up and 3-down inning. Nicely done by Marco Gutierrez. And we'll head to the bottom half of inning number 4. The score remains Murray State 8 and Tyler Junior College 2. And welcome back to Mike Carter Field. Bottom of the fourth. 4, 5, and 6 for the Tyler Junior College Apaches. Alec Arnold takes ball 1. Peyton Graham has been in from the start. That's pitch number 49 for Graham, sophomore from Wiley, Texas. Going from the stretch, the 1-0 pitch. Arnold had a notion but held up. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. High fly ball left field. This has got a chance if it stays fair and just gets over the fence for a home run. Alec Arnold, another leadoff homer for the Apaches. So back-to-back innings, the Apaches have hit home runs to lead the inning off. And Alec Arnold gets his leadoff homer. And for Alec, it's home run number 4 in the year. 16th RBI. And here's Big John with an 8-3 score now. Kind of chipping away here if you're an Apache fan. And Big John Mike Bounds steps in. He grounded out the first his first time up. John Mike comes in with a 306 average. First pitch outside, ball 1. So Arnold now 2 for 2 on the day. He's got 2 RBIs. That's actually going to give him 17 on the season. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls that one straight back. 1-2, nobody on, nobody out. Leadoff solo homer by Alec Arnold has given the Apaches 3 runs. They're still chasing 5. It's 8-3. Ball's well hit into the left field corner, and John Mike is going to get a double. And the Apaches making some noise here in inning number 4. A home run and now a double by John Mike Bounds. So he gets his first hit of the ball game. Here's Taylor Broadway.
Now batting number 7, Taylor Broadway.
Broadway flew out to center field his first time up, 0 for 1 in this ball game. Came into the ball game with a 269 average. Really nice ball game Wednesday against UT Tyler JVs. He went 3 for 4. He hit a home run in that game. He's 4th of the year. And now a balk is called on Aggie pitcher Peyton Graham. Not sure what he did, but he balks John Mike Bounds over to third base. And Apaches need every little bit of help they can get here. They're down by 5 runs. This is a 7-inning game. So, got to keep chipping away here if you're an Apache fan. 8-3 is our score, Aggies. Pop up right side. Is it going to stay in live ball area? I think it's going to just drift off the field for strike 1. Well, Mason Whitmarsh pitched the first 3 innings for the Apaches, and then it was Marco Gutierrez coming on. So, right now, Whitmarsh is on the hook for the loss if the Apaches can't come back and at least tie or win this game. Peyton Graham has been on the hill from the start for the Aggies. 0-1 pitch to Broadway. That ball is well hit into the left center gap. Could be trouble, but running in to make the catch is Ricky Lewis. But it'll be an RBI sac fly for Taylor Broadway, and another run comes home. It's 8-4.
Now batting number 2, Ty Eisner.
So an RBI sacrifice fly for Broadway. And now I'm not sure. Did they appeal that? Yeah, so Coach Bjorling's out there arguing the appeal. And he thought that the runner at third may have left early. And the home plate umpire disagrees. So the run will count, and it's now an 8-4 score. Well, we used to play a team when I coached here that, without question, one time during a game or a doubleheader, they would have their whole dugout scream, "He left early," whether he left early or not. And somehow it seemed like half the time doing that would convince the umpires, or at least one of the umpires on the field, that he did leave early. And they would, boy, that burned me up so bad. It was a concentrated effort. They would tell their whole dugout, "Hey, scream he left early," after he catches this ball. And as soon as the guy catches the ball in the outfield and the runner starts towards home, "He left early." Trying to convince those umpires that perhaps that runner at third base may have left just a hair early. 2 balls and 1 strike on Ty Meisner. And that ball's going to miss. It's a 3-1 count. There's 1 out in the inning. Apaches have scored 2 runs on a solo leadoff homer by Alec Arnold, a double by John Mike Bounds. He was balked to third, and then a sac fly by Broadway. 3-1 pitch. Well hit, right field, base hit. So this game is playing out like those games in Tishomingo did, as kind of a wild offensive series up in Tishomingo, 8-7, 14-11, and 10-6. Not pitchers' duels by any stretch. So that's going to bring a visit from the pitching coach, my old pitching coach, Robert Ellis. Coach Ellis out there to talk to Peyton Graham. Coach Ellis on the mound with the Aggie infielders and the pitcher, Peyton Graham. Again, he's very familiar with Mike Carter Field. Of course, he didn't have the turf back when he was here, but he was my pitching coach a couple of times, and actually the last time was in 07. He took a job with the New York Mets during that season. He actually wasn't here at the very end of the season, as he was working with the Mets young pitchers back in that season. He's also been the head coach a couple of different high schools here in East Texas, most recently in Nacogdoches with Central Heights. Now he's the pitching coach at Murray State, and Graham's going to throw a pickoff. Coming to the plate for the Apaches is the left fielder, Pierce Hollister. He's up there for the second time. He struck out swinging his first time up. Hollister, a .333 average on the season for the Apaches. The Apaches have a .301 team batting average. Hollister with 2 doubles and 3 RBI on the year. Swing and a miss. 0-1 on Apaches' 8 batter in the lineup. Wind picking up just a little bit. It started out with a south-southeasterly, which is in from center field here at Mike Carter Field. Tearing up those flags, blowing straight in. 0-1. Got him to chase outside, 0-2. 0-2 is the count, the pitch. And high and away in the fastball. Another pickoff attempt. Again, Murray State has had a gap in their games. They haven't played since the 19th. That's a week. Played Grayson March 19th. It would have been last Monday? Am I having that right? They lost a home game to Grayson 10-4, so they've had a whole week off, and they don't play until April 5th. So they needed some games desperately, and sure enough, they worked it into their schedule here against the Apaches. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the pitch. Fastball high and away, 3-2. Well, you got some action in the Aggie bullpen. A right-hander is down there throwing. And can't quite see the number, but he is ready now. The hat is off down in the bullpen, so this might be Graham's last hitter. Swing and a miss. He got him. So second strikeout of the game for Hollister. And for Graham, it's strikeout number 5.
Now batting number 4.
And that's a big one. As Graham tries to get this 4th inning as a complete inning. Stepping in is Tyler Griffin now for the second time. Tyler Griffin had a solo leadoff homer in the 3rd inning. A couple of solo homers to lead off innings for the Apaches. Griffin led off the 3rd with a solo shot, and Alec Arnold led this 4th inning off with a solo home run, both to left field. Peyton Graham trying to finish up this 4th inning for the Aggies. They have a 8-4 lead. Apaches were down 8-1 and have scored the last 3 runs. And we still got a few innings to play. It's a 7-inning opener here as a 7-9 doubleheader here at Mike Carter on a Sunday afternoon. Appreciate all of you who've checked in on the YouTube message. And that's going to be a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ty Meisner over at first base. Meisner 4 steals so far. He's been caught once, so he's 4 for 5. I think at one point you might give him a chance to get down there. 2 balls and a strike to Tyler Griffin. We'll see if Meisner gets the green light here. Not going. Popped up right side, should be in play. We'll see who can get there. Sam Smith, the first baseman, almost made a great catch over the fence. That was exactly what Mike Meisner did earlier, but that ball was actually closer to the fence. Went right off the glove of Sam Smith. Looked like we might have had Big T in on that. Is that Big T down there? One of the Apache trainers. Okay, that kind of looks like him, but it's not him. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Got a couple of the Tyler Sports casters here, the news guys out here with their cameras getting some highlights for tonight's news broadcast. There goes the runner, and it's called a balk, so it won't be a pitch. So the bad part of that for Ty Meisner is he will not get a stolen base on that play. He would have had it easily, as there was not going to even be a throw. He'll get balked to second. That's the second balk called on Peyton Graham. earlier in the game. Trying to remember where he balked John Mike Bounds to third base. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts. Number 5 and 6 of the ball game for Peyton Graham, and if that is his last batter, he finishes strong. But the Apaches get 2 runs on a homer by Alec Arnold and a sac fly by Taylor Broadway, and they narrow the gap. It's 8-4 as we head to the 5th. And welcome back to Mike Carter Field. We're in Tyler, Texas. Check swing by Ty Smith, the shortstop, off to the right side. Strike 1. Ty Smith, 1 for 2, RBI single in the first inning. Flew out to right to end inning number 2. Just about a mile inside the West Loop here at Mike Carter Field on the East Texas Fairgrounds, part of the Rose City Complex, right next to the Tyler Rose Garden. Harvey Convention Center, back to the back of Mike Carter, and just to the right of it is Christus Mother Frances Rose Football Stadium. So lots of things that happen here at this facility, on this complex, the Rose City Complex. Again, just about a mile inside the West Loop here in Tyler. 2-1 pitch, misses inside. It's 3-1 on Ty Smith. Marco Gutierrez back on the mound for the Apaches. Threw 15 pitches in his first inning of work. The 3-1 in there for a strike. And the count runs to full on Ty Smith. Takes a big hack at that full count fastball, fouls it straight back. Ty Smith, 347 average on the year. 3 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, 8 RBI for the Aggie shortstop. Added to that RBI in the first inning with an RBI single. And there's a walk. So a leadoff base runner for the Aggies.
Now batting, number 22.
Second walk of the day for Apache pitching. First walk for Marco Gutierrez. Here's Sam Smith, the first baseman. And Sam Smith hit a towering fly ball down the left field line, just foul, but got a sac fly. And now Marco Gutierrez is going to step off in anticipation of a possible bunt by Sam Smith. Singled to right his last time up. Ended up scoring on the double by Hayden Brown, who waits on deck. Aggies from Murray State, 8 runs on 7 hits. Apaches, 4 runs on 6 hits. Towering pop-up, and Meisner is going to call everyone off at second base. He'll squeeze that for out number 1. That'll bring up Hayden Brown, the third baseman.
Number 5.
And what a day he's had. Hayden Brown with 2 doubles today and 3 RBI. On the season, Hayden Brown came in with limited action. Just 2 for 11, did not have an extra base hit, or it actually didn't have a double. And now the ball gets away And coming all the way around to third is going to be Ty Smith. Actually going to stay at second base. So I didn't see the throw, but I got to believe it's an E1 there. Is that okay? Errant throw by the pitcher, Marco Gutierrez. So they tried to pick off Ty Smith, and the ball got away from Morissette. Smith had a notion to go to third, but ended up holding up at second. So it's runner at second with 1 out for Hayden Brown. Gutierrez with the pitch. It's going to miss high. 1 ball, no strikes. Hour and 34 into this first game. Doubleheader day at Mike Carter on a Palm Sunday. Marco Gutierrez, the 1-0. Boy, nice job by Cade Watson to come out of his stance. Keep the runner from going to third. People continuing to trickle out to the ballpark. Very comfortable afternoon. Game time temperature was 72. High humidity today, 78%. Pull that weather report up here and see if we've gotten any warmer. The 2-0 pitch swung on and missed. It's 2-1. Well, we've actually dropped a degree according to the Weather Channel. It's 71 now. Humidity has gone up, though. It's now 80% humidity with a 71 degree reading. One out and runner at second. The 2-1. Again, it gets him to chase on that high fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, we've got a lot of lawn chairs here in Mike Carter today on the Murray State side of things. They got a nice gathering of Aggie fans. Followed them down to Tyler. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. 8-4, Aggies lead it. Way outside. It's a full count on Hayden Brown. Gabe Simons, the right fielder, waits on deck. Marco Gutierrez gets his sign and comes set. He'll try to keep that runner at second, Ty Smith, close. Uses that inside move. We do have a little bit of movement down in the Aggie bullpen. So far it's been Peyton Graham. He's thrown 73 pitches. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Graham has been in there from the beginning, and he has got 4 complete innings of work in, 73 pitches. He's given up 4 runs on 6 hits. Apaches continue to have, well, now it looks like Travis French is back up, if I'm not mistaken, on that Apache bullpen. Strike 3 called. Brown is out on strikes. First strikeout for Gutierrez.
Now batting, number 11, Gabe Simmons.
That's just the second Aggie of the day to strike out. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Gabe Simons. Doubled in a run his first inning. Popped up to second in the 3rd inning. So he's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored today. Trying to add to an 8-4 lead here, top of the 5th. This is a 7-inning ballgame. Look out, hit the bull. Went back behind the head of Simons and over to third base on the wild pitch goes Ty Smith. It looked like it was a breaking pitch that just didn't break, got away from Marco. Now you got run number 9, 90 feet away for the Aggies. The 1-0 pitch. Big hack right there. Couldn't catch up, and it's 1-1. Yeah, Travis French is back up in the Apache bullpen. Got him to swing through another high one. And it's a 1-2 count. Boy, barely got a piece of that one. Simon's on the year, 280 average. 5 doubles, 1 homer, 11 RBI. Starting in right field for Coach Sam Bjorling. Murray State Aggies looking for win number 14. Little bloop into short center field, but running over to make the catch is Tyler Griffin for the final out. So the Aggies get their leadoff runner aboard, and they strand him over at third base. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. This is a 7-inning ball game. It's 8-4 Aggies. Top of the lineup for the Tyler Apaches as we go to the bottom of inning number 5. This is just a 7-inning game here in the leadoff game of the doubleheader. First pitch to Braden in there, strike 1. Peyton Graham still on the mound. That's pitch number 74 as we go to the 5th inning. Aggies do have a right-hander throwing in the bullpen, and he's ready if needed. 0-1 pitch just off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Braden Wise, infield single and a run scored in the first inning. He grounded out to second in his second at bat, the 3rd inning. Check swing, called a strike. Ground ball up the middle. Tough play for the shortstop, Smith. He can't make it. I don't know if he would have got him anyways. I'm going to give him a hit on that. That ball was hit right over the mound, and the shortstop, Ty Smith, had to range to his left. I'm not sure he would have had time to catch and throw.
Number 28, Cade Watson.
I'm going to give him another infield single, his second of the ball game, and here's Cade Watson. Watson 0 for 2, flew out to right, grounded out to short. One ball, no strikes to the Apache catcher, Cade Watson. There goes the runner. No throw. It's a stolen base, his second of the ball game. Fourth of the year for Braden Wise. Well, you got to keep chipping away here. You got some more chances at the Aggies, and if history repeats itself, both these squads have put up big innings against one another. They played each other 3 times in Tishomingo 3 weeks ago, and they all were wild, high-scoring affairs. There's a fly ball right center. Tough play, and look out! Well, you got a collision out there, and the ball got away. It's going to score. It's going to be scored a double. The Apaches will score a run. Now you got to check on that right fielder, Gabe Simons. Boy, there was a collision out there, and Simons went rolling into the right center area. Now he's going to get to his feet. I guess he's all right. Well, you got to be really careful on those in-between balls. I've seen some players get hurt very badly on collisions like that. And he's on his feet, so that's good news for everybody, and especially Mr. Simons. I think he's going to be all right. We'll see here in a minute. But back to the score sheet. Cade Watson will get a double, and he'll get an RBI as he'll stand at second base as Wise came all the way around to score. You've got the Tyler trainers out there making sure he's all right. And he's going to stay in the game. So glad he's okay. I've seen a really bad injury in a collision. And thankfully he's fine. And that is going to be all as the Aggies are going to make their first pitching change of the day. So that'll be all for Peyton Graham. And we'll let you know who the new Aggie pitcher is when we return. All right, the new pitcher is a right-handed freshman from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Holden Cook. Cook comes on in relief of Peyton Graham. Graham's ended up throwing 80 pitches in 4 complete innings of work. He did not retire a batter here in the 5th. For Holden Cook, it's outing number 7 of the year. All of them out of the bullpen. He's 1-2 with a 3.00 ERA. He's thrown 12 innings on the season, 9 strikeouts and 5 walks for the freshman from Oklahoma City. Holden Cook. And he will face Mike Morissette. Morissette is happy to see Peyton Graham leave. He struck out twice against Graham. So he'll face the freshman right-hander from Oklahoma City, Holden Cook. First pitch. Misses up and in, ball one. So a lot of action here. And a collision in right center between Gabe Simons and Gehrig Octavio. Simons was down for a minute. He's okay now. Ball's popped up to left field. Running out is Ricky Lewis, making the grab right in front of the warning track. Ball was fairly well hit by Morissette, but Lewis had room and ran it down. That's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Alec Arnold.
Now batting, number 3, Alec Arnold.
Arnold 2 for 2, 2 RBIs. RBI single in the first inning and a solo home run to lead off the fourth. Scores 8-5 as the Apaches continue to chip away at what was a 8-1 lead at one point. Apaches trying to go 17-15 on the year. They are 16-15 coming into this one. Aggies from Murray State are 13-9. There's the spin throw, and diving back safely is Cade Watson. Arnold with that solo home run over the left field wall his last time up. That was against the starter, Peyton Graham. Look out! High and tight. 2 balls and no strikes. Big breaking pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike to Alec Arnold.
Yeah, that's fastball.
Arnold leading the squad with a .392 average coming into this one. And his 4th home run of the year is last time up. 2-1. Outside, 3-1. And home run, his 8th extra base hit of the season. 3 doubles, a triple, now 4 homers. Pops this one up, and easy play over at first base for Sam Smith for out number 2. So Holden Cook has come on in relief here and got 2 Apaches out. Morissette flies out to left, and Arnold pops up to the first baseman. And here's Big John. John Mike Bounds doubled to left last time up. He ended up scoring a run on a sac fly by Taylor Broadway. John Mike is 1 for 2, and that ball sails high and away, ball 1. The Apaches will return to action tomorrow after the doubleheader today against the Centenary JV squad. Next pitch to John Mike, swung on and missed, 2-1. Tomorrow's game on the schedule for a 1 o'clock start. I'll be on the air at about 12:45 with both coaches' interviews. Coach Wren and I believe it's Coach Mike Diaz. There's a looper into left, base hit. The runner's going to be sent home. And it's 8-6. RBI single for Big John. Apaches continue to chip away at this lead. Now a 2-run game, the tying run coming to the plate. Broadway could tie it up.
Taylor Broadway.
He catches one here. We're going to be tied. Taylor flew out to center and hit a sacrifice fly to left. Now, Coach Wren going to make a change over at first base. John Mike Bounds is going to be lifted for, is that Jacoby Bogue? So Bogue's going to run at first for John Mike Bounds. And so you got a pinch runner with 2 outs. As we are in the bottom of the 5th of a 7-inning game, so Coach Wren trying to put a little more speed on the bases here. If Broadway can find a gap, it'd be a 1-run game. Bogue with an extended lead. First pitch, misses outside, ball 1. Broadway 0 for 1 with an RBI. Sac fly to left his last time up. That scored John Mike from third base. 2 outs. Bogue, the pinch runner at first, not going here. Ball gets away. Now Bogue's going to go. The throw to second. And they got him. Nicely done by the catcher, Jacob Padilla. That ball, good read by Jacoby to try to get to second. But I tell you what, Jacob Padilla with an excellent defensive play pounced on that ball and rifled a strike to second base to get Jacoby Bogue on the caught stealing. So that'll end the Apache 5th inning. They end up getting 2 more runs and narrow the gap. It's now 8-6 as we head to inning number 6. The new pitcher is Travis French for the Apaches. Right-handed sophomore out of Kingwood, Texas, 6'6" and 200 pounds. 9-1-2. Here's the left fielder, Ricky Lewis, for the 3rd time. RBI single in the first, grounded out to first base. His second at bat, he's 1 for 2. Sun trying to poke through for real here at Mike Carter for the first time. He's kind of tried a couple of times. Next pitch by Frenchie is going to miss. 2-0 on Ricky Lewis. For Travis French, outing number 9 of the season. He's 1-0 with a 1.26 ERA, 14 1/3, 9 strikeouts and 5 walks. That ball's fouled off. And count will go 2 balls and 1 strike. Now, if you get a chance to drop me a quick note on the YouTube live chat, we'll give you a shout out from where you're at. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. Murray State Aggies with a 2-run advantage as we go to the top of the 6th. This is a 7-inning opener of the doubleheader today. Second game will be a 9. 2-2 pitch. Missed inside. And Cade Watson thought it might have been strike 3. And you had Ricky Lewis almost lean into that pitch. Full count. French going from the windup. The pitch. Popped out of play. Better get past the Avalon. Tell you what. It's headed over in that direction. And we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. French got him swinging, high fastball. First strikeout for Travis. Just the 3rd strikeout of Aggie hitters by Apache pitchers. Back to the top of the lineup we go. Here's Garrick Octavio. Octavio is 0 for 3 on the day. Tried to drag bunt his last time up. And his first 2 at-bats actually came in the first inning of play. Aggies brought 10 batters to the plate, scoring 6 runs on 5 hits in that first inning, and they have made that hold up to this point, but it's just a 2-run margin now. It's 8-6. 2 runs in the 3rd inning by the Aggies. Made it 8-1 at the time. And since that time, it's been all Apaches. They have scored 5 runs to narrow the gap. In their first strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Nobody aboard. We're at the top of the Aggie lineup. The pitch. It's going to be popped out of play. And I don't know where that went. Again, the wind blowing those balls back towards the press box here. The wind's going kind of south-southeasterly today. That's in from center field. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Travis French. That went straight over our heads. Would have landed just outside or just near the ticket booth here at Mike Carter Field. This field was built way back in the 30s, WPA project. Was renovated in the late 80s and early 90s. Turf was added about 3 years ago. And a 2-2 pitch misses high, and now we're full with 1 out to leadoff hitter Garrick Octavio, the center fielder. Travis French winds and delivers. Line drive left center. That's a hit. As Octavio, good at bat right there. Really did a nice job of getting his hands through, knocking that ball the other way. It's his first hit of the day.
Number 3.
That'll bring up the second baseman, Eric Owen. Eric Owen is 0 for 3. He reached on an error and scored a run in the first inning. And a couple of ground balls, 1 to third and 1 to second. Step and a dive. Garrick back. Garrick Octavio. Octavio does have 7 steals on the season. He's been caught twice, so he's 7 out of 9. A pretty good lead out there. 1 out. And another snap throw over by Travis French. Next pitch popped high to right field. Alec Arnold has plenty of room out there. He'll make the catch for out number 2. F9 if you're scoring at the house.
Now
Here's Jonathan Brandon.
Number 20, Jonathan Brandon.
Well, the Apaches have actually out-hit the Aggies in this one. 9-8, but they trail in the run column, 8-6. Got to believe that Octavio is going to look to steal here somewhere in this at bat. And Travis French knows that and going to try to keep him close. Yeah, I just got a comment about that. Unfortunately, this iPad we do the broadcast with does not have a focus feature. It's just going to autofocus on whatever it can. And so wish we could do something about that. There's not a realistic, practical way to get this thing outside the net. There goes the runner. Throw to second, and safe at second base. Pretty good throw by Watson. He thought he had him. He was headed toward the dugout, but it's called safe. So it's a stolen base for Octavio, and that's his 8th stolen base of the year. He'll be in scoring position now with 2 outs and a 1-0 count on Jonathan Brandon. So apologize for the focusing. Just can't, there's not a whole lot to be done about that. I wish we could, wish we had a way of getting a camera view outside that net, but I've tried to brainstorm myself about where we could put this thing and keep it out of harm's way in front of the net. Or really anywhere. We're kind of limited by some of the electronics and the cords that we have to hook up. So we got to live with, unfortunately, a less than best picture for you, but that's why I try to describe it as best I can. Appreciate the input there. And now French is going to step off. It'd be nice if we had about an 8 camera setup here with cameramen all over the place and give you all kinds of pictures. Swing and a miss, he got him. But for now, we'll have the one iPad and an old baseball coach talking about how the game's going. So that's going to be how we're going to deal with that. Second strikeout of the inning for Frenchie, and the 4th strikeout of Aggie hitters. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, bottom of 6, and the Apaches still trail by 2. It's 8-6. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Taylor Broadway is going to lead it off against Holden Cook. He came on in relief in the 5th inning. He's back on the mound for the Aggies. First pitch to Broadway in there, strike 1. So 6, 7, and 8 for the Apaches. Bottom of his 6th inning. This is a 7-inning ball game. And that pitch is drilled into the left field corner. Foul! Just by a hair. Got that, an umpire right on the line down there, and he threw his hands up. That ball just went foul. Broadway crushed that ball. He's starting to swing it well. Good to see him doing that. And well, let's see this. Let's see if this is going to work here. Well, I'm not. Yeah, let's just see. It's not going to let me there. I'm not sure what the deal is. We've been talking in the athletic department about this iScore deal, and boy, it's not letting me on there without buying a $5 premium access anymore. They updated their app, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you parents that are watching on iScore. If you're on a computer, you can watch it for free, but if you're on a mobile device, I think you're going to have to download a free app and then buy a premium package for $5 for 3 months. So I'm not doing it. Sorry. Pop up by Broadway to second opens up the 6th inning here for the Apaches. It's an F4 if you're watching at, or if you're scoring at the house, excuse me. Here's Ty Meisner. So you can, if you pull up, I can pull up the score, and it'll give me the score and the what inning it is on the iScore. But when I click on that game, it gives me it opens up a window that says. Yeah, let's see what happens if I hit previous purchase, because I didn't buy anything. Well, I don't know what it's going to do. It's asked me to sign into iTunes now. 0-1 pitch. Yes, he did. It's 0-2. Ty Meisner, 1 for 2 on the day, struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Base hit to right field in the 4th. Next pitch, drilled left field and base hit. Well, I thought Ricky Lewis might have been able to catch that, but he stayed back, took it on 1 hop. So that's going to bring the tying run to the plate in the person of Pierce Hollister.
Number 13, Pierce Hollister.
So Meisner gets his 2nd hit of the day, and now you're going to have Sam Smith that's going to come in and talk to Holden Cook. First pitch to Hollister, ground ball up the middle, could be 2. You step on the bag, easy double play for Ty Smith, and the Aggies are out of any kind of further trouble here in the 6th. They'll take a 2-run lead to the last inning of Game 1 of the doubleheader. We're going to the 7th. It's 8-6. Murray over Tyler. Well, here we go, 7th inning, and the Apaches need to hold things right where they're at. They got Travis French on the mound. He threw 19 pitches in the 6th inning when he came on to relieve Marco Gutierrez. First pitch swing and a little bloop, and Meisner squeezes it at second base. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 7th. 8-6 is our score, and that was Jacob Padilla that popped up to second. Here's Ty Smith. Ty Smith 1 for 2 with a walk. RBI single for Smith back in the 1st inning. He Flew out to right and walked. First pitch. Just misses inside, ball 1. Pop up, center field. Wise drifts over, makes the easy catch for out number 2 in center field. That's an F8 if you're scoring at the house. 2 outs in the 7th for Sam Smith, first baseman for the Aggies.
Now batting, number 22, Sam Smith.
Hit a sacrifice fly down the left field line in the first inning. Scored a run. Singled to right, popped up to second. 1 for 2 is Sam Smith. First pitch missed. It's ball 1. So if you're on a mobile device, I have not been able to figure out how to get to the iScore page without paying. There's a little looper to shortstop, and it's a quick 7th for Travis French and the Apaches as he gets a couple of infield pop-ups and a fly ball to center. We'll go to the 7th. The Apaches need 2 to tie, 3 to win. Put on your rally caps, Apache fans. Back for the bottom of the 7th when we return. Well, here you go, bottom of 7. The Apaches need a base runner if they're going to tie or win this game. And it's 9-1-2. Tyler Griffin will lead it off, and he led the inning off in the 3rd inning with a solo home run. 1 for 2. A run scored and an RBI. The ball over the left field wall. His second at bat, he struck out. First pitch of Griffin in there, strike 1. It's Holden Cook back on the mound for the Aggies. Came on in the 5th inning. And that was pitch number 21 for Cook. 0-1 pitch. That's behind behind Tyler Griffin. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on and nobody out. You got somebody getting loose down in the Apache bullpen, just in case. Popped up, back to our right. 1 ball, 2 strikes on 9-hitter Tyler Griffin. Holden Cook, the freshman from Oklahoma City, trying to get a save here for the Aggies. Right back at Cook, and he caught it. Boy, a line drive, and he had his glove in the right position, just kind of turned it, and that's going to go L1 in my book. 1 out. And here's the leadoff hitter, Braden Wise. Braden Wise on the day, 2 for 3, couple of infield singles and a ground ball to second. Music. So Holden Cook looking for a save here for the Aggies. Braden didn't like that, a little high, called it a strike. He does have 2 saves on the year. So this would be his save number 3 if he got it. Again, Holden Cook is 1-2 with 2 saves. Came in with 12 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Pretty good size right-handed freshman here from Oklahoma City. The 0-2. And Wise spoils another one off to the left, fouls it off. Count stays 0-2. 8-6, Aggies lead the Apaches. In the bottom of the 7th of a 7-inning game 1 of a doubleheader. Pitch missed low. 1 out, nobody aboard. Tyler Griffin and hit a bullet right back at the mound that Cook caught. And now pitching coach Robert Ellis making a quick visit. Trying to give some words of wisdom here to Holden Cook, his reliever. Robert Ellis actually spent some time with the Texas Rangers toward the latter part of his career. 1-2 pitch. Little tapper right back to Cook on the mound, and he'll run this over and flip it to Sam Smith for the 2nd out. And that's going to bring up Cade Watson.
Number 28, Cade Watson.
Apaches down to their last out here in the first game of the doubleheader. Watson doubled in a run his last time up. He's 1 for 3. So the goal here is just to get on base. Fastball misses outside, 1-0 to Cade Watson. And that pitch is going to miss low, 2-0. So every pitch counts here. If you can find a way to get Cade Watson on the bases, and you got Morissette at the plate with a chance to tie it. Watson, a .333 hitter. And he takes a whack at a 2-0 pitch. Might have been ball 3. So it's 2-1 count now on the Apache catcher. Watson does have 8 walks on the year. 2-1. Ground ball to second. This should do it. Owen catches, throws. There's your ball game. 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. The Apaches go quietly here in the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Apaches end up stranding just 2 runners, so they made the most of their base runners. And they'll lose this opener 8-6. 8 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Aggies from Murray State College. The Apaches actually out-hit the Aggies. 6 runs on 10 hits. They commit 2 errors. Your winning pitcher is going to be Peyton Graham. He'll go to 2-0 on the year. And Holden Cook will get save number 3 on the season as he came out of the bullpen in the 5th inning and stayed until the end. The losing pitcher is going to be Mason Whitmarsh. He will drop to 0-3 on the year. The Apaches, by losing this game, will drop to even 500, 16-16. And the Aggies from Murray State will elevate their overall record to 14-9. So that'll wrap things up for Game 1. The big story in this game is going to be that first inning. The Aggies able to score 6 runs on 5 hits off of Mason Whitmarsh. There was an error in there, the second batter of the ball game. Taylor Broadway had a bad throw to first base, but it was that actually was the first base runner of the ball game. A double by Brandon, and then Padilla was hit by a pitch. RBI single by Ty Smith, a sac fly by Sam Smith, then a 2 RBI double by Hayden Brown, another double by Gabe Simons, a single, an RBI single by Ricky Lewis, and that was the damage done in inning number 1, and that's really what staked this Aggie Ball Club to a final of 8-6. They scored 2 more runs in the 3rd inning on a single by Smith, an RBI double by Hayden Brown, and so they scored a couple runs in that inning as well. But the damage done in that 1st inning, the Apaches just could not quite come all the way back. They chipped away as it was 8-1, and your final is 8-6. So a lot of fight in the Apaches, just not quite enough to overcome that first inning of 6 runs. So we'll take about a 30-minute break as this one ends at about 4:24, and so it's about 2 hours and 20 minutes or so for this first 7-inning ball game. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. So for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, this is John Gross signing off until Game 2. We'll be back on the air in about 25 minutes or so. So long, everybody.